Petition that started is looking for a targeted and temporary mask mandate for the greater Vancouver area.
The push for mask use continues to rise in Canada. Scott Lear launched a petition in Vancouver urging mandatory rules there, pointing to local spread patterns as evidence.
We're not seeing super spreader events where people are wearing masks. So that gives us confidence in our transit, which has a mandatory mask coming on 3 months now. It doesn't seem to be a route of transmission throughout the cities.
Should be almost universal unless you're really sure there's no virus anywhere within 100 kilometers.
This epidemiologist says even remote regions could benefit from mandatory masking, citing case spikes in Nunavut and La Loche, Saskatchewan.
And they were saying, oh, we're very pleased, we have no cases at all. And yet suddenly, that Monday morning, there were 25 cases up there in La Loche, and it was probably some visitor, some delivery truck driver or something.
These individual measures are ones that we expect people to do.
BC and Alberta have taken a path of personal responsibility. Saskatchewan adopting a measure Monday, but it only affects major cities, while Ontario and Quebec are requiring mask use. Advocates say that muddies the messaging waters.
We need to actually have consistent messaging because BC people will be hearing things in Ontario, we'll be hearing things in Alberta. We need to be consistent.
Many critics have also questioned the evolution of mask advice, including last week's CDC shift that wearing masks can also protect the wearer. But
from a science point of view, that's exactly what we want to see. I'm not going to trust any message that hasn't changed for the last 4 months, because it's probably not keeping up with the current findings.
Part of the messaging hurdle has been the inability to connect with some younger adults. Some ads like this German spot encouraging you to be lazy like a raccoon, or Ryan Reynolds lending the BC government a hand, have drawn headlines but haven't connected.
Unless it's actually affected the person or they have a loved one who's gotten sick, it is something that could be easily seen as out of sight, out of mind.
News of effective vaccine trials has raised hopes for an end to the pandemic. But mask advocates say rules are needed now, given that the vaccines likely won't arrive until after our yearly hibernation.
We barely have had winter in Canada, most parts, and we already have skyrocketing cases in so many provinces.
In Edmonton, Courtney Theriault, City News.